Good afternoon, everybody. This is Virgil, the jobs guy. I'm basically the Fetterman of the South, what I've been told, because of the way I dress. I'm trying to get better, but it's like everything. I'm an old Navy veteran. I'm more comfortable in a pair of shorts and tennis shoes, t-shirt than I am anything else. But it is what it is. I bring all that up because I want to introduce you to something today. First, let's pull up all the spills. Name's Virgil Beersel. My campaign website is vbsenate.com. Easy to get to, easy to find, easy to make a donation. And I try to cover everything that I think is important to you, not what is important to me. So if you have any concerns on any of the issues I have listed, let me know about them. You can do that by sending me an email at vbeers@gmail.com. Today I posted a little. Somebody sent me an email earlier today or a text, I forget, message on Twitter. Said, hey, do you know they hired a pickleball coach? Nah, it wouldn't surprise me, but I didn't know it. So I went into my little program and entered a ball just to see what else would show up. And we have the Baptist University of Florida Incorporated. A guy named Christopher King apparently filled out an H-1B application for $50,000 a year to work in Graceville, Florida, for a head women's volleyball coach and assistant athletic director. Florida is known for beach volleyball. You can't tell me that there's not a bunch of women down there that wouldn't like to work for $50,000 a year. You just can't tell me that. Now that brings up another question. People ask me all the time, well, why do they do that? Why are they doing this to Americans in America? Well, it's a long drawn out thing. I'm going to try and describe it to you. Every month, Department of Labor, Bureau of Labor Statistics issues a report called JOLTS, JOLTS, where they show their hires versus job openings. They basically go out and take a sampling of 19,100, 200 companies, if I remember right, that have over 2,500 employees each, if I remember right. And then they issue this report every month, and Wall Street stock traders, they jump up and down and say, "Hallelujah! There's 12 million job openings in America." But that don't ever stop to think. Anyway, the media will take that 12 million job openings and they'll run with it. And these little small mom and pop stores, they hear on the radio, hey, there's 12 million job openings. We can't find any workers. We got to import. So they import for $50,000 a year a volleyball coach from another country when there's plenty of Americans that desperately need that job. But how do you see through it? Well, I have a deal called the Presidential Job Creation Scorecard. It's easy to get to. You just go out to guest worker visas, click on the read me, and then click on the Presidential Job Creation Scorecard. And I show all the pertinent job statistics there. But the main one we want to discuss today is this JOLTS report. This red line or pink line, whatever color it is, that's job openings. It's decreasing. It was back in 11,238,000 back in January 2022. It's currently at 7,181,000 in July 2025. The hires is 5,308,000 people got hired in July 2025. Only 6,400,000 got hired in January 2022. Notice how the job openings is decreasing. You would think, at least a thinking person would think if job openings are decreasing, that means hires should be increasing. But it's not. That's why I call this nothing but propaganda. You might as well go out and use this for toilet paper to wipe your hind end. because that's all it's worth as far as I'm concerned. The fact that after about 100 years, Wall Street and all these high-powered, high-paid economists can't see through this charade, it just blows my mind. But as they say, stupid is as stupid does, or something like that. But you need to understand all this stuff because this is really important to your future. This is why the American government and everybody else believes that we don't have enough workers. The reality is we have more workers than we need. More workers than we have jobs for, I guess is a better way to say it, because we need all the workers we can get. Every year we create about 1.5 million jobs. The actual numbers for between 2023 and 2024 were 2,333,000, something like that. But they just recently revised down 1 million. So that means they created about 1,333,000. And they imported something like 1.8 million non-immigrant guest workers on visas that wanted to take those jobs. And if you look at the table A7 data, it'll show you that those foreign-born workers, accounting for 20% of the workforce, received almost 50% of the jobs. Meaning Americans like you and me that account for 80% of the workforce, we only got 50% of the jobs. Somebody's getting screwed there, and I guarantee you we didn't get a kiss or anything out of it. It's the Americans that are getting screwed. This is why I'm running for senator. Nobody in America, whether they're existing, what they call an incumbent, or they're campaigning to take somebody's office, is even discussing jobs. Why is that? Don't you think it's important? I do. That's why I'm running. For those wondering about my website, it's called guestworkervisas.com. Got a lot of data on the visa numbers there. Anything you want to know about it, it's there. Looking for good paying jobs? How about you vote for Virgil the Jobs guy? That's me, the ugly guy. VBSenate.com. There's my text number. You can text me. I will answer or respond to your text. Don't call me. I get enough crap calls, I guess is a nice way to say it. I won't answer if I don't recognize your number. But if you leave a message, I will return your calls. I think it's that important. As always, name's Virgil Beersel. It's VBSenate.com. There's my email. Folks, this is probably the most important election in our lives. This is the one time an average guy that has focused on nothing but jobs and opportunity for the last 22 years to get in there and demand to talk about jobs with the people in Washington, D.C., the media, the politicians, everybody. Many of you will say that Fetterman didn't stand a chance. Hell, he seems to be working out. If I get up there, I'm going to work with him. Because we need Democrats and Republicans alike. This whole damn country needs to be healed. And the current crap that's in there right now, like Schumer and Pelosi and Mike Johnson and all them other guys, what's that? Lindsay or something like that? We need to get rid of those people. We need people in there that are going to put Americans first. Before we do anything else, I want to talk about Americans and jobs. Do they have a job that pays enough for their skills so that they can provide for their family? Are their families doing okay? Or are we just doing like all these crappy-ass politicians like Cornyn and say, hey, they don't want to get off the couch and work, so we're going to force them by shutting off their Medicaid and their food stamps and all that. Not having a clue. This is how dumb that asshole is. He doesn't have a clue that when he advocates for businesses to send jobs overseas and for businesses to import guest workers and for state agencies to hire those guest workers ahead of Americans, that makes it so that Americans can't find jobs. It's bullshit. But until we get somebody in there It'll never be discussed. I'm your guy, but I need some help, folks. We need to either raise $1 million, $1 each, $2 million is better, $1 each, or we need to find a way to spread the word. This is our chance. Seize the opportunity. That's all I can say, folks. I mean, if you're not willing, then we're going to continue in this business like we've been going. Yesterday, day before, Trump said he's going to tack on $100,000 to every H-1B application. Well, the last 2 or 3 days, that words fell apart. Well, I like Trump, but it's like I told somebody the other day. If he's pointing with his right finger, watch what his left hand's doing. Because he ain't telling you the truth. It's like the old Indians in the 1800s used to say, the government speaks with a forked tongue. That's all you need to know. Give me a vote, guys. I could use your help. Thank you. Bye.